Yeah, I'm recording.
Okay.
Alright, let us continue. Let's see. Where were we?
It looked like it looked like a piece.
It looked like a piece of broken glass, about the half the size of a knife. Swako's hands moved slowly to the glass shard, and as she picked it up, I deserve this! Sawako thought as she slowly lifted the knife in the air and pointed it at her own throat. Besides, I have nothing left to live for anyway! Sawako cried loudly as she thrust the glass fast and hard to her throat.
Toho Beach, would you like to read the next two paragraphs?
Okay, sure. No! Stop it! Ikubi ran over and pushes the glass shard out of
Suwako.
Sawako's hands before it could infect the fatal wound she wanted.
Ibuki.
It could be, you bitch! Sawako's shrinking the range. You would even deny me the death I deserve? Sawako.
Suwako.
Suwako. Oh my God, why are you always saying Suwako or whatever? God, it's so confusing. You shouldn't do this. Ikubu yelled, her own eyes full and of tears. Oh my God. What the hell would Cerno think of you if you did? Sawaku, thank you very much, whoever correct me.
Suwako.
Sawako, yes, was very confused. I'm looking at letters, man. I'd like dyslexia, I won't for crying out loud.
Ibuki.
Ikibuki. So, I thought you hated Cerno. Why are you crying about it? Ikabuki. So you look at Sawako. Sawako, yeah. I only hated her because you always pay more attention to her. I was jealous.
Padu, 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 padu.
Apkui wrapped away a few of her tears, but I didn't think she deserved to die. I don't think you deserve to die either. Why not? Sawaku angrily demanded, It's not your fault. Iguai explains.
That's not even a word.
Okay.
Cerno. Wait, that's her nickname or something?
No, that's
No.
Suika Ibuki. Ibuki's her last name.
Oh,
Her first
really?
name's
Suika. Oh, her first name. I'll call her Suika then.
Just call her Suika. Yeah, there we go.
Explain in between swabs. It's me. I brought Cerno here because Flandre told me she could get you to like me if I did. Sawaku wiped her tears away. You did all that because you like me? Sawaku nodded. But I killed
Suika.
Cerno in the process. I'm so fucking sorry. They both collapsed in each other's arms, crying. Collapsed.
Calaped.
Whatever. Move on. It's not your fault. Sawaku sobbed. It's me. I killed my best friend. I'm an evil monster. No, you are not. Sawaku. Oh my God. Whatever. I'm gonna call her Abuki. Whatever.
Demon Lady.
Demon Lady. There we go. Demon Lady. There we go. That's a good name for her.
That damn Irish woman.
Seizing the opportunity to make her hug to get tighter. Alright, you go, please.
Alrighty, around the hallway, Dr. Eirin Yagokoro was running fast away from a bunch of fairies and monsters. The Scarlet Clan is just jealous of my brilliant intellect, she thought to herself. They want to take my research for themselves. As the doctor ran around the corner, she tipped over Ibuki and Sawako, and the monsters flew over her and went splat into the wall.
We're
Dr.
Looney
Eirin
Tunes
got
country,
up and
folks.
looked at the two girls. You escaped prisoners too? She asked curiously. Dr. Airy then saw the half-eaten Chirno, and she gasped with horror. Oh God, I'm gonna be sick! Reacted the doctor, who should be used to things like that because she's a doctor. Dr. Aaron groaned as she turned away.
killed her. It's my fault.
Sawako sobbed again. No, it's be my it's be my fault. Ibuki shouted. I never should have kidnapped her. Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down there, Dr. Arin shouted. Just explain what happened slowly and calmly, please. Well, Ibuki stuttered, I was just jealous of that girl, because, erg.
She took her here because she wanted to be my friend.
Sawako interrupted.
I tried to rescue her.
Sawako began to weep again. Okay. Sebastian, continue.
Dr. Aileen felt bad for her, but she felt the need to introduce herself. I don't have a voice for her. I'll just go off you. I'm Dr. Aileen Yagakoro, she explained. I was kidnapped by the Scarlet Devil because she wanted my research. Iguana looked up, puzzled. Ibuki, sorry. What kind of research? Oh, mostly having to do stuff with the afterlife and the netherworld, the doctor bragged. Like talking to the dead and stuff like that. Even though they technically...
Totally medicine.
They're like Ghostbusters doctors. Science! I'm doing science so hard right now. Okay. Sawako slowly turned to Dr. Arin. You mean you can bring her back to life? Dr. Arin gave Sawako a prized look. That's never been done before, and for good reason, too. We have no idea what could happen. She might come back to life, like that, and die again, or she could become a zombie or something. Sawako's voice turned to desperation. Please, Miss Erin, I can't live without her, she begged. I'll do anything! Anything! Bow chicka bow wow.
Okay, I'll go for this right here. Dr. Uring got a sad look on her face. She believed messing with the cycle of life and death was inevitable. But this poor girl awfully lost some of her burden to her.
But that was the field of her research. Messing with the cycle of life and death.
Screwing up the Prime Initiative.
She could almost...
Prime Directive, sorry.
Please, EQB said. Just think of the groundbreaking research. Groundbreaking research? Dr. Aaron asked curiously. Yeah, EQB chirped extendedly. You could be most famous doctor in Toho world for being the first to successfully research the dead.
Resurrect the dead.
Resurrect.
Quickly hide the Pharisees. Anyway, a wry smile appeared on the doctor's face. Yeah, I like the sound of that. Dr. Airi turned to Sawako and put her hands on Sawako's shoulders. I'll do it. Sawako's eyes grew bigger, and she smiled.
Thank you, sir.
Sawako squealed as she hugged Dr. Airi. Dr. Airi moaned while blushing. What about our parents and friends? Ibuki asked. They probably won't approve of us just leaving to go help you without their permission. Sawako scribbled something on a piece of paper.
I'll leave a note then. I hope this will explain to my parents exactly how important this is to me.
Yeah, I'll just run off and try to resurrect.
Uh-oh, quick, join us in the other room.
Okay.
Uh-oh. How do I unpause? How do I unpause? Oh, sorry guys, let's see, what happened?
I'm here. Still here.
Someone put the call on hold, but...
No, that was me.
That was me, that was an accident, sorry.
Before I go get my bottle of wine, I'm going to say this. In Toho, for those who don't know, in Toho canon, fairies are immortal. So if they die, they'll resurrect pretty soon. Guess what Shirno is?
Is a fairy, of course.
Yep. Anyway,
I thought she was like a celestial.
Cheerno?
But she's no.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Anyway, I'm gonna go get my stupid juice.
And in the meantime, I'm gonna get my
Well,
stupid
Colonel ID.
Colonel.
Yes.
Welcome to the magic of let me get the link so you can join us, and I'm going to update the image. You're on Ustream.
All right.
Remember that Lolsy fic we read yesterday? Here's the sequel! And in case you missed it, we, well, here's what happened.
Stick his tongue in there and kiss the bud. Oh, hey, I'm back.
All right.
Guess what I
I
brought?
wasn't singing about raunchy stuff.
What did you bring?
Wine.
Aw.
Anyway, who's continuing? Okay,
That's
I read
you.
last. I read last.
So I'm going next.
Alright.
And we'll fit Colonel after Toho Beast. And I'll update the graphic in between after I do this. Okay. First, we need to find the night regents to perform the necessary operation, Dr. Alien explained, pulling out a list. And sadly, most of them are very, very rare. Suwako looked at the doctor with the fire of determination in her eyes. Let's see, who's speaking here? Oh, Suwako. I'll go to the world's edge, back and there again for Cherno. Ibuki looked at Suwako out of the corner of her eye. She really did like Cherno that much, didn't she? Should we do something about it, you know? Ibuki said nervously, looking at Cherno's corpse. Go ahead and take her. We're gonna need the body for sure, Dr. Arien pointed out. Dr. Arien looked at her list. So the first thing we're gonna need is some Kappa water. Suwako was puzzled. What's Kappa water? Well, Dr. Arien began to explain, there are turtle people who live in a certain river, and they have bull-like heads that have water in them. This water is
Wait,
treated...
doesn't Suwako have a best friend that's a Kappa?
This is Toho World, not Gensokyo.
No, I mean, in the last Bound of Promise, it was established that she was Yutori's friend. So she should know about Kappas, right?
Non sequitur! Okay. The water is treated a certain way that gives it a very special properties, Dr. Arien pointed to a spot on her map. We must go to this river, and hopefully the Kappas will let us have some of the water. So they went off to the river.
Let's see, who's next?
That's me. That could be me.
You got an easy one.
Yeah.
Bitch, 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 bitch.
Commander Scarlet was absolutely furious.
Oh, calm down, sis.
Commander's sister Vermilia's Scarlet grimbled. Some of us are trying to sleep. Vermilia looked over at Flander and noticed that she was very upset.
Sis, I never seen you so enraged before.
Vermilia pointed out. Flander turned to look at Vermilia. Her eyes are red and full of tears. That bitch killed her. Vermilia raised her eyebrow. Who? You mean the blue-haired hard? Flander nodded. We were having
Someone called Juno retarded, I guess.
It's just... Wait, hold on a minute. Where was I? Oh, damn it. Where did I go? Because you guys like interrupting for some reason. Oh, there it is. We were having so much fun together. She and I, Flander explained, I would hit her with my whip, and oh, she would cry and scream and beg for me to stop. It's just turned me so much.
Yeah, we're talking about little girls.
And who will be responsible for all your perverted fun being ruined? Amelia inquired.
Colonel, before you continue...
Queered. There you go.
Oh, Colonel, before you continue, let me change the graphic real quick. It's going to mute the sound for just a brief second. Let's see, where did I keep my images? And Toho Beast, you still watching the still see the Ustream graphic?
I still see.
What's that? Oh, that. Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Well,
Whoa. Toho got some pretty crazy echo going on.
there we go.
Hello? You hear me now?
You're fine now.
Well, mute the
I hear
Ustream
you
thing.
twice.
Only a Skype. If you only have the Skype open for audio.
Yeah, if you have mute Ustream on and Skype on, you should turn Ustream off.
Yes.
Alright, that's what I'm doing right now. There.
All right. Let's see. Recording time is at 16 minutes. Colonel, you're up.
Okay. Flanders squinted her eyes. The one who dons the frog hat. That's who. And I swear I will have her head on a fucking pike.
And her little Pionta, too.
Vermilia frowned. Don't be sad, sis. I brought you a present. Flander and Vermilia went to the back room of the Scarlet Clan's new base, and Flander brightened up a bit. Right there was a rabbit-eared girl in a pink dress tied to a chair. Let me go, the girl screamed at Flander, but Flander laughed. Aren't you a cute little bunny?
This better not head into Raisin's revenge territory again, or I'm out of here.
No, it's not Raisin's revenge territory.
In fact, I'll have to shut off the stream because that's not safe for humanity. Continue.
Flander got a wicked smile on her face as she pulled out her blood-stained whip. We're going to have lots of fun. Flander salivated as she coiled her whip to strike. I swear you better not, the bunny girl said, but Flander brought the whip down on her right shoulder hard. Ah! Fucker. The girl shouted
I
at
can
Flander.
actually imagine Tay talking like that.
The girl shouted at Flanders angrily. The expression on Flanders' face turned from psychotic pleasure to disappointment. It's no use! Vermilia, she should be crying. I'll give you something to cry about if I ever get out of these ropes, the girl taunted. Flander turned to the girl and shrugged. I guess I'll have to beat you until you break.
Anyway, whoa, someone is having some seriously nasty echo.
I hear it over here.
I can hear you too.
I think it's me because I'm recording you guys from the microphone.
Alright.
Well, how bad is it?
Yeah,
Actually,
sounds
let
good.
me just let me try singing. No. Oh, yep, it is coming from Spaz.
Hmm.
Anyway, I'm going to read until the end of the letter. Suwako, Ibuki, and Dr. Airi finally arrived at the river where the Kappas lived around midday. Once they got out there, however, they noticed that the Kappa village was completely abandoned. Oh dear, Dr. Airi gasped as she picked up a note on the sign that read, let's see, which voice should I use?
Bing!
No, really, pick a voice I should do.
Burt Russell? Or...
Yeah, Bertrand Russell. Let's see. Yes, he sounded a bit like this. Dear stupid people, we, the river pirates, have kidnapped all of the Kappas to steal their Kappa water so we can sell it to someone for lots of money. You won't catch us. Ha ha ha. Love, Captain Lissa.
That was pretty good, man. That was really good.
Really? I'm good at impersonating that guy?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Wow. Anyway.
Oh no! Suwako cried. Oh shit! Iguana shouted. Dr. Alien looked up and said, I guess we need to figure out where the pirates are. Swag 0 noticed something in the dirt in the village. Footprints! She shouted triumphantly. The girl... Yes. I'm still wrapping my head around shouting, footprints! Triumphantly. Okay. The three girls followed the footprints, and they led to a pirate ship. On the pirate ship were a bunch of fairy pirates, led by leading captive Kappas into the lower hold of the ship. We gotta save them, but how? Suwako wondered. Maybe we can just beat the crap out of them, Ibuki suggested. I think there are too many of them for us to handle. We should probably sneak on board and free the Kappa so they can help us, Dr. Arian remarked. The three snuck into a box full of rum that the fairy pirates were moving on board. Yar-har, as soon as we sell that Kappa water, we'll be rich enough to buy an entire ship of this. One of the fairy pirates told the other fairy pirates, "Too bad the Kappas will probably die. Oh well," the other fairy pirate said back.
Otacon, I'm sneaking onto the fairy pirate ship and saving the water goblins.
Snake, you gotta remember, use the control stick to move around. Use the X button to do this and that. X button? Control stick? Yeah, this game is very meta.
What the hell? Oh my god.
Anyway, whose turn was it? Oh, yeah,
Oh,
it's...
that
Beast.
Yeah, it's me. Oh no! The poor Kappas. So Tawaku whispers to Ikubi and Dr. Aaron, I thought we're in a hole now, the doctor mumbled to the others. Ikubi moaned.
Moaned.
Moaned. I was about to say that.
As she drank
As he drank the rum. Oh damn, what the hell? My speaker's messing up. Oh, never mind. When they got out of the box, they were in the ship storage, and there were lots of crates everywhere. Let's go find the Kappas and make sure they're all okay, Suwaku urged. As they went along, a pirate looked at them and shouted, "Hey, Ikubi!" Then punched the pirate out cold. Thanks, Ikubi, Suwaku said nervously. Ikubi giggled. Suwaku was growing closer and closer to each other, and they spent more time on this adventure. If I could save her and do nice things for her more often, he could be mischievously. There we go. Thought to herself, she'll love me instead of Serno.
Then it's break time. Anyway.
Diamondback.
Blah. In the prison hold of the pirate ship, the Kappas were chained up, and it was dark and noisy from creaking wood and noisy pirates. Suddenly, the door burst down, and Suwako, Ibuki, and Dr. Aaron were there. You came to save us. Yay! The Kappas applauded. We're not out of the woods yet, Dr. Aaron pointed out. We need to overpower the pirates and get off this ship. Everybody went to the armory, but the door was locked. So Ibuki broke it down. Everyone rushed in and grabbed the pirate cutlasses.
And are you gonna finish that?
Colonel? Colonel? Colonel! Dun 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 dun!
Well, he's dead.
And prepared for the fight ahead.
Anyway, the pirate fairies... Oh, he's back? Okay. The pirate fairies on the top deck were moving crates and stuff around when their captain, Captain Lissa, heard, as in the cow herd, a noise coming from the lower deck. First mate, check out that noise, the impatient captain demanded. Aye, the first mate agreed. The first mate went into the entrance to the lower deck and opened it. Oh my! It was all the first they could say before a typhoon of Kappa swordsmen flooded onto the top deck.
Da-da-dun, 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 dun, da-da-dun, da-da-dun, da-da-dun.
Between the Kappas and the fairy pirates. During the fighting, Suwako noticed that Captain Lissa was trying to escape. Oh no, you don't! Suwako shouted as she lashed out her long tongue and wrapped the fairy pirate captain up. Wow, I forgot Suwako was a frog. The Coast Guard boats then began to move to the pirate ship. What the fuck? The Coast Guard?
Gensokyo has a Coast Guard.
Wow, what at a Coast Guard? Wow.
When did Gensokyo have a Coast Guard? I thought Gensokyo was landlocked.
The same time it got pirates.
The pirates screamed with worry. And then they saw Dr. Arid use signal flares to alert the Coast Guard what happened. The fight went on for some time before the Kappas defeated the pirates and won.
You got 300 ring and another. You got 300 gil and another magic ring.
I'm tired of all these magic rings.
You can't even sell them. Just take it up inventory. Just put them all on Ares and never mind.
That's a good way to get rid of them.
Oh, I got
We'll
something.
eventually get rid of them.
Pirates
Alright.
the Kappa being.
Ah, I love bad puns, but that's just painfully bad.
I just had to do it. Okay. The Coast Guard arrested all the pirate ferries, helped the Kappas get back to their village, and gave them their water back. We owe it all to the bravery of you three, the Coast Guard said to Suwako, Ibuki, and Dr. Erin. Ah, shucks, Suwako blushed. It was the Kappas that did most of the fighting. Nonsense, the Kappa chief interrupted. If it weren't for you girls, we would still be in the pirates' prison hold, unarmed and unable to fight. Yeah, another Kappa continued. You guys are awesome. I thought it was cool how the girl with the horns and chains kicked those door downs and the pirates like they were nothing. Thank goodness the tall one with the hat used those flares to attract the Coast Guard. The Kappas can...
Oh, yeah, the tall one that is Sorry.
The Kappas can...
Wait, Suwako. No, daring. Anyway, continue.
The Kappas continued to praise their new rescuers until the Kappa chief lifted his hand to silence everybody. If there is any way we can repay you for your good deeds, we'll gladly help out, the Kappa chief said proudly. Well, Suwako looked down as she explained, we need some Kappa water to help my friend. She's... Suwako could not finish her sentence before her eyes started to fill up with tears. Her friend is sick and we need some special medicine to help her, Dr. Erin lied. Oh, I see, the Kappa chief said with some concern. Well, since you saved us, you are entitled to as much Kappa water as your friend needs. Dr. Erin stepped forward. We'll only need about 2 cups, thank you.
Yes, 2 cups using medical measurements in a foreign country. They use the measurement cups.
Dixie cups.
Originally filled with Fanta.
Which is, fun fact, Kappa water is Fanta.
It's with a special added ingredient. Anyway,
Straight from the source of the Kappa Valley.
No.
It's urine. Okay, I'll stop.
I thought it was the other thing that came out, that part.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm making a reference to that.
Hey, this is a damn family show.
Anyway, just read before we go further into this.
Alright. Toho Beast.
Oh, what? If I go? Oh, damn, sorry. The Kappa chief snapped his fingers, and the Kappa brought a bottle with some water in it. They should be about 2 cups of Kappa's water. The Kappa chief told Dr. Erin. Suwako looked up, and the Kappa chief, her eyes still filled of tears, Then she punched forward and hugged the chief hard. Thank you so much. Soaku cried it with joy. You have no idea how much this means to me. The Kappa's chief lightly hugged back. It's getting late. Why don't you spend the night in our village? Sawako looked into the Kappa's chief's eyes. But you've done so much for us. How could I possibly ask any more of you? The Kappa chief sighed. We only gave you about 2 cups of Kappa water, and you saved our lives. The least we could do is let you stay for the night in our village. Ikubi puts her hand on Sawaku's shoulders. I think we should take up his offer since it's getting very late. I, for one, agree. Dr. Aaron said. We must go. We must get a good night's sleep if we hope to get this next. What's that word?
Reagent.
Sawaku shrugged. Okay, again, thank you. She said with joy of the Kappa chief.
And that was chapter 2. How was it?
I just noticed it's called What Are You Doing?
You just noticed that bad pun?
Well, I think it would have been a popcorn pirate Michael Bay film if it wasn't set in the Toho universe!
In Toho land.
I mean, I'm okay with like fairy pirates on a flying ship because Undefined Fantastic Object has like a freaking ship and pirates and
Yeah, what about
that
the
ship
Ross?
float?
Who's this Captain License doofus?
but then you have like the freaking Coast Guard and flares and
Well, yeah, you got me there. Okay, my turn.
Chapter 3, Just Desserts, Part 1, in 3D, featuring Edward Cullen.
Ugh.
Anyway, who's reading? Oh, yeah, Colonel.
The fairy police arrived at the Scarlet Clan.
What? The fairy police?
Yeah.
Ever made it to the last level of Pop?
Well, yeah, but but that's like different. Those are like the elite fairies. Those are like for the Ministry of what's right and what's wrong's fairies. But the way they just worded here,
The fairy police sounds like a homophobic splinter group.
now it makes me think of yokai, yokai. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Oh my god.
That's an awesome idea.
Nico! Yes, make a Walrus video of it somewhat. Nico.
I'll try. No, wait, no, I might not get that. Okay. The fairy police arrived at the Scarlet Mansion, and it was completely abandoned. Suwako. And it was completely abandoned. Suwako, Cerno, Kochia, and Vitori continually called out as
Wait,
fairy
Vitori,
police.
what's Vitori doing not at the Kappa Village? Is she like an exchange student or something?
I don't know. Continually called out as the fairy police searched the mansion. Kochia began to cry again. Suwako, please be okay.
I don't feel like it.
Nitori moved to comfort her. Don't worry, ma'am. I'm sure Cerna will be fine. She and Cerna will be fine. Nitori was a bit skeptical of her own reassurance, and for good reason. The Scarlet Clan was known to be ruthless, sadistic, and incredibly powerful. They also held very strong grudges and would never forget anybody who attempted to harm upon them. It was unlikely.
Exposition, rush it out, ASAP.
Anyway, continue.
It was unlikely any of them, especially the Scarlet Death, would have gone easy on either of them just then. One of the fairy cops came back with a note. We found this. The fairy police stated. It read.
Anyway,
That's
I'd like to do the letter and then the next paragraph.
Okay.
Dear mommy, oh,
Sorry.
Dear Mommy, or whoever finds this, Chino is very sick and we need to find some medicine to help her. Don't worry, a doctor named Dr. Avery Yakakoro is helping us. She's a mature, well-minded grown-up and is perfectly capable of ensuring that no harm comes upon us. Sadly, I have no idea when we may return. Love, Suwako.
Kochia squinted her eyes as she read. Wait, who am I being too loud on? No. Oh, on Spastic.
Gotta
Kochia
record.
squinted her eyes as she read.
Dr. Avery Yakakoro? Why did that sound familiar?
The fairy cop's eyes widened and jaw dropped. I know of that lady. She was arrested one time for performing illegal experiments on some children a year earlier or something. I don't think Talus Angel will expand on that. Maybe she will, maybe she won't. Kochia's heart sank. Suwako! Chino! She screamed frantically. Itori was very scared. My fish friends are in trouble, aren't they?
In the Kappa village, night fell, and most of the village was fast asleep. The Kappa chief had shown Suwako a nice hot spring behind the village. I usually find this spring to be a very relaxing one. It really soothes sore muscles. The Kappa chief went away and went to sleep in his hut. Suwako got out of her purple and white short dress and got into the warm water, and indeed it was very soothing. Who'd have thunk? Suwako almost fell asleep in the water when Ibuki came up. Ibuki, what are you doing here at this hour? Suwako asked nervously as she blushed. I could probably ask you the same thing, Ibuki smirked. Come on, I just want to relax, she added. Ibuki got her own dress off, and Suwako looked away. This was very awkward for her. Don't be so modest. I got my undergarments on, you know, Ibuki grumbled as she got into the water. This is pretty relaxing, Ibuki moaned as she sat down and laid her head back.
Alright. Ibuki looked over Suwaku's and saw that she was very sad. Why so mopey? Ibuki asked as she put her hand on Suwaku's shoulder.
Bow chicka bow wow.
Anyways, I remember the time I taught Cerno how to swim. Suwaku fumbled in a depressed tone as her eyes began to well up with tears. It was a very hot summer, and Cerno never liked the heat. Suwaku began to explain. She wanted to cool off, so she urged me to take her to a small pond near the shrine. I lived in so she could swim. She was so scared of the water, though. Sis, I'm scared. Hold on to me. She would always scream. I would hold on onto her in her shoulders. Shadow water. Because
So
she was so.
That's why Chino decides to live by a lake.
And she's scared of the water. I don't get it. Like, she lives in the. Never mind, forget it.
She works with ice.
Contrapositivity.
Because she was so scared of drowning, it's okay, I told her. We can work on getting used to the shadow end. Then we could move into a deeper part when you're ready. As she held tight onto me, I felt something wonderful. I felt as though we were more than just friends, more than family, even. I felt as though we were meant to be with each other, as if the gods and fate always intended for us to embrace.
Like you, Suwako.
Also, she's a god.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay, my turn.
Yep.
With these words, Suwako wrapped her arms around Ibuki. You don't know how painful it is to be alone without Cerno. At least when I let go of her, it was because she was learning how to swim. It was like teaching a baby bird how to fly. She was growing up, and I was proud to help her do so.
Wait, we need dramatic monologue music.
Ustream, I don't think I can play dramatic monologue music.
Okay.
It's gonna sound all echoey anyway.
I'll sing it anyway. Just keep reading.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay. So it was my duty to help her do so, as it helped me grow up in many ways. Ways I cannot even begin to fathom. Ibuki sighed. How long is she gonna keep rambling about that prick? Ibuki thought to herself. Well, I guess I could use this as a fine opportunity. Ibuki wrapped her own arms around Suwako. You've helped me grow up too, Ibuki began to explain as she stared into Suwako's tear-filled hazel eyes. Before I met you, I was so much worse. I would pick fights, get into trouble a lot, but then you came along. Even though I acted like such a jerk to you, you tried your hardest to be my friend, and it touched my heart. I gave you that pink ribbon on your hat as a way of saying thank you. Suwako touched the pink ribbon on her hat and remembered that it was Ibuki indeed, the girl who gave it to her after Suwako had helped her with her homework.
Alrighty. I'm playing this song. It's a flute version of Danny Boy during my monologue with Ibuki. Ibuki continued her monologue. I was a big jerk to you because I forgot, but because I really was jealous when Chirno came along. You spent more time with her than with me. It made me mad. I thought Chirno was trying to steal you away from me. Ibuki began to move her face closer and closer to Suwako's face. I didn't mean to make you upset. I just wanted to let you know that. Ibuki pressed her lips against Suwako's lips. It felt like wet, yet soft and comfortable. Yoni hesitated for a second, wondering if Suwako would push her away. But to her surprise, she did not. Ibuki took the chance to press further. Her hands grabbed Suwako's back, and she drove the kiss further, and began to feel much hotter all over her body. Ibuki could hear Suwako began to moan pleasurably. She's enjoying it. Ibuki thought to herself. Ibuki could taste the inside of Suwako's mouth, and it was wonderful. Suwako pushed Ibuki away and got out of a hot spring crying. Okay, record scratch.
Oh.
I can't.
She sobbed at Ibuki while she got her clothes.
I'm sorry, but I just can't.
Ibuki sat dumbfoundedly for a few seconds, and she began to cry. Stop you, Chirno! Ibuki mumbled to herself. Even in death you deprive me of me true love!
Wow.
What's particularly wow about it?
Just random fan service.
Sauce.
Indeed. Gratuitous fan service. It can't be a Towns Angel pick this long without one.
Yes. Moving on.
How is that chapter?
Not as exciting as Fairy Cops, but it doesn't beat Fairy Pirates.
Fairies have
I
every
think
other
it's pretty
job.
hard to beat Fairy Pirates. I mean, you have to go into Chainsaw Lawnmower territory.
Oh, Fairy Wizards.
Fairies can be anything.
With Chainsaw Lawnmowers.
Fairy Fairies.
Anyway, Chapter 3, Part 2. Are you ready?
I'm ready. In the morning, the three girls went to go have breakfast with the Kappas before they would embark on the next trip for their regents. They keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Ingredient, regents.
They ate various kinds of fish that the Kappa caught earlier, but there was also some lettuce and tomatoes. No mention of cucumbers. During breakfast, Dr. Arian was explaining what had to be done next. Next, we'll need some sacred sand from the desert shrine. and we must move soon. During breakfast, Sawako did not look at Ibuki the entire time. Ibuki couldn't find the right words to break the ice. Ibuki! Sawako.
Ho, 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 ho! Break the ice on the quest for Cheerno!
Let's see.
Well, two of us are drummers, so you think we'd use the dumb tis.
I don't have a drum. All I have is this kazoo. And a tin whistle that I seriously need to clean.
Alright, continue.
Okay. Ibuki, Sawako mumbled. I don't think we should do that again. Why not? Ibuki asked, trying to remain calm. It's Cheerno, isn't it? Sawako nodded. I feel like I betrayed her. I'm so ashamed. Sawako began to cry again, and Ibuki felt a little bad. It's my fault, Ibuki explained. I'm the one who started it. Sawako shook her head. But I did nothing to stop your advance, she cried. I accepted it head-on and fully. I'm weak. I'm a loser. So you had a moment of weakness. Everybody does. Ibuki... What?
Subtext. Spoken. Subtext.
On the nose writing.
Indeed.
So you had a moment of weakness. Everybody does, Ibuki exclaimed reassuringly as she put her hand on Sawako's shoulder. Sawako brushed her hand away. I meant to. I just, Ibuki understood. Sawako wanted to save such an experience for the time Cheerno would come back. Ibuki clenched her fist, then took a sip of her sake to calm down. After breakfast, they said goodbye to the Kappa tribe. Feel free to drop by any time you want, the Kappa chief said cheerfully. We will, thank you, Sawako said before they departed to the mountain bordering the desert that suddenly is in Gensokyo.
What's the desert doing in Gensokyo? I thought it was all like Japanese climate.
Same place a coast is doing in Gensokyo, a coast guard.
Well, if there are earthquakes,
Oh, man.
then there should be a desert, right?
No, there should be fault lines.
Blame Tenchi. I blame Tenchi. That's all I have to say.
Alright, I go.
Yep.
Alright. Damn it! Damn it! Flander screamed, throwing her wheat to the ground. What the fuck won't you cry? The rabbit turned. Her eared girl in the pink dress looked at Flander. I've been beaten worse than that. God, a lot before. A good lot before.
Remember that time? His fast teeth when they got beaten up a good lot.
La 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 la, I can't hear you. I am in my happy place. There
We're racing to
there are fluffy pillows everywhere.
Flander hated that look. The
No,
girl
no,
had
those are diapers.
No, Tay is currently covered, is getting pampered by towels and her fingernails manicured, and she's got limes on her eyes. And we're listening to Michael Bolton music.
The girl had dozens of knife-like wounds from the weeping. Her clothes were in tatters, blood dripping from whatever was left. Yet she has a very smug grin on her face. Someone forgot the O. As if to say, "You suck." Low, Vermilion.
Lol.
Oh.
You suck. Lol.
I wonder why you put that anyway. It's unnecessary, but whatever. It makes it kind of fun or something like that. And the Splendor whined, "Get your ass over here!" What? Vermilion moaned. "This present sucks. She won't break down and cry with knives, and I beat her." Splendor began to cry. "If I only had that blueberry girl. She was so cute." Splendor began to daydream. She would break down and cry even before I hit her. "Please, this, fine, so,
She will cry. You skipped the line.
oh my God, this Christ, she will cry. Oh, it got sweeter than eating start. She would beg and beg and beg for me to stop. It's just love it when sweet little girls beg for me to stop. It makes so Vermilion interrupted. What are you going to do with the brat then? Spider smiled, wink. Let's just fucking eat her. Wait. Oh wow. When the Scar Sisters, so they found everybody back. Oh wait,
No, they found that the girl had escaped.
Spider hit her wrists and ankles and had much. It loosened the rope. Damn it! Spider screamed.
One word.
Find a scream.
As the girl ran away. I hope everyone back at the temple is okay. The girl go to herself. Talk to her.
Rage. Okay, my turn.
I didn't know Lander was so ragey. I mean, especially considering the prequel to these two. You know what the prequel to Mountain of Promises?
No.
Scarlet Pain. Remember the first video of mine featuring Waddle Dee?
Which one was that?
Scarlet Pain. We did it. He and I did a dramatic reading of that.
I don't think I got to that one.
Okay then. Anyway, who's next?
Me.
The Diamond Man.
The three girls went over to the over the mountains and were now traveling across the desert. Suddenly, if we head northeast from here, we can get to the shrine in no time.
Wait.
Doctor,
Yeah, she parents thought it'd be appropriate, right?
yeah. Dr. Aaron cheered enthusiastically. Ibuki sighed. It looks like there's nothing for miles, though. Ibuki looked over at Suwako, who looked absolutely miserable. Hey, Sui, Ibuki asked. Why you look so down in the dumps? I'm not used to the heat, Suwako explained. Shirno hated the heat, and I was around her very often. I guess I just got used to her love of cooler temperatures. Suwako looked at the urn that contained what was left of Shirno.
Wait, what? When was there an urn?
Chirno is in an urn. Apparently they put Chirno in a jar. And then, a jar and urn, same dish.
I gotta change the graphic in the meantime then. Continue.
Okay. I hope she's okay. The corpse will be fine, Dr. Aaron explained. She's dead. She can't feel any heat anymore. Suwako started to cry. Thanks for reminding me, bitch. Ibuki put her arm around Suwako. I'm sure she didn't mean it like that. She just doesn't want you to worry. Suwako ignored Ibuki and continued to cry. I can't stop worrying. It's just my instincts. Ibuki felt bad. Suwako had some very strong feelings for Shirno, but maybe she could use this to her advantage. Ibuki pulled out a bag of ice that she got earlier, and she put it in her urn.
Convenient.
Hacks. Suwako felt better.
Ice in the desert.
Whoa. Thanks, Ibuki. I never knew you were capable of being so nice before. Ibuki smirked. Yes, Sui, she thought to herself. I'm so nice that you're going fond of me. A shrine appeared on the horizon. Hey, there it is, Dr. Aaron shouted, and they went in.
Dr. Aaron shouted. Dr. Aaron interrupted Suika's rapiness. So, anyway. The shrine seemed to be completely empty. Suddenly a shrine in the desert. Someone play Gerudo Valley.
Ha.
You think they got kidnapped to play the Sand Pirates? Ibuki joked. Oh, good, that's a joke. Holy shit, what's he gonna do that for real? Then what appeared to be a small chubby head with a funny looking face came out. Guess what it's gonna be?
Whoa.
It looked like Maurice's head. Wait, what do you mean no?
I
Long,
said, whoa.
blonde. wavy hair, witch hat, and everything.
What is that?
Suwako and Ibuki asked out of shock. Oh, don't worry, she's just a Yukari. They're friendly and harmless, so don't be afraid, said no one in particular. Suwako moved closer to the Yukari in question.
Hello there.
Suwako stuttered nervously. Ow, the Yukari said in cheerful yet robotic and monotone voice. You look tired. You should take it easy. I wish I could record my speaker output and just copy-paste this. Yes, you look tired. You should take it easy. Because I'm running this through Microsoft Mary, then speaking. More Yukaris came out. Zergrush, lol, and they all looked similar to the one Suwako was talking to, except they looked like other people Suwako had met. Suwako froze when she saw what appeared to be a Yukari of Chirno looking right at her. Lol, Chirno-kuri. Freezing people. Suwako walked over to the Yukari, trying to hold her tears back. Sorry. /hello. The Yukari looked up at Suwako. Why are you so sad? The Yukari asked. Maybe you need to take it easy more often.
No, it's not that.
Suwako choked out.
You just remind me of a friend of mine. So, what's your name?
Cerno, the Yukari replied. And there's Suwako and Nitori and making a new friend. That's nice. A voice called from the top of the shrine stairs. All of the Yukaris gasped and looked up. Mistress Reimu, it's an honor to see you again, they all shouted. Oh, and that was on the banjo, by the way. There's more bluegrass remixes of Toho songs.
There are a few, actually. And I'm about... Yeah, but I don't have them with me right now, and I'm about to change the image to something more appropriate. One moment.
Alright then. Because it's your turn to read.
Yes, I know. There we go. Is anyone watching the stream?
Lag. I'm watching the stream and I'm waiting for it to pop up.
I don't have the stream.
Oh, wow. Yeah, llamas. Yeah.
Dun, 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 or however the Lawrence of Arabia theme goes.
That's what I was thinking too.
I need the stream.
Suwako of Gensokyo. Okay.
In
Please,
3D. Holy shit, really? I know that.
You know how films these days are released in like part 1, part 2, and 3D sequels? And let us continue. Please don't call me that, Reimu sighed as she got down the stairs. But, Mistress Reimu, you're the hero of Toho World. How could we not honor you? One of the Yukaris asked. Please, merely by taking me in, you have honored me plenty, Reimu replied. Suwako was confused.
Spelling. Oh, chop.
What was British spelling? Oh.
Honor.
Oh, okay. Suwako was confused. Chirno's mom, alive, and a big hero? She asked Dr. Erin. You didn't know? Dr. Erin asked, surprised. Miss Reimu is a legendary hero who saved Toho World from being taken over by the Scarlet Clan a few years ago, along with her good friend, Marisa.
Even though she was told this in the first Mountain of Promise by Chirno.
Non sequitur! Okay.
More like plot hole.
Well, non sequitur is Latin for it does not follow, and nothing follows.
Oh, you're the one using gratuitous Latin. Alright.
Catadicist. Okay. Sawako was amazed to think that her best friend's parents were some of the greatest heroes in the world. Reimu walked up to Sawako and asked, "Who would you young ladies be?" "I'm Sawako," Sawako stated, "and these are my friends, Buki, Suika, and Dr. Aaron Yaki, Yogakoro," with an O for some reason. Reimu nodded to them. "And what brings you here, good strangers?" Sawako looked... Repeat that?
Sorry, that's what I thought when I read strangers.
We're at an hour of recording time now, so let us continue. I think I have like 2-3 hours of recording time, so we'll leave this up and then like delete it when the second one comes around. Okay, where am I? Suko looked around, looked at the ground in shame. How could she possibly explain? How could she tell that her best friend's real mother, apparently the world's greatest hero, that she was responsible for the death of her only child? I have this friend who was sick. The what?
Crepakere.
Sawako stuttered nervously. Dr. Alien interrupted. "You are aware of the fact that your friend had a daughter about 9 years ago, correct?" Reimu had a shocked look on her face. "Marisa, and me, parents? God, if I had known, I would have never parted ways with her." Dr. Arian sighed. "Anyway, this child in question is in need of medical treatment, and we need some of the shrine's sacred sand to do so." "If it'll help my daughter, then by all means, take whatever sand you need," Reimu said. "It's the least I can do for you." Sawako looked up, holding her tears back. "Don't worry, I'm sure we can help her," Sawako thought to herself. "Yeah, we can save her. It'll need work. It'll work. It needs to work."
Something I'm thinking, maybe Hallows Angel changed the setting for the Hakari Shrine to be like in Mad Max. She's done that before.
Yeah. A lot of... Well, don't forget Glee, the best day of Glee's life.
That's what I was referring to. Anyway,
We never got to finish that. We need to record that. Okay.
Since it was getting late, the three decided to stay at a desert shrine for the night. Ikubi snuck into Sakoto's sneaky quarters and looked at Sakoto's Sawako with a glittery look in her eye. "Pretty uneventful day, eh?" Sawako turned to face Ikubi. "What are you doing here?" she whispered harshly. "Just checking on you." Ikubi giggled and she moved closer to Sawako. Sawako, placing her head on Sawako's cheek. "Ikubi, I told you, we shouldn't be doing this." Sawako growled. "Don't you want to give me a chance?" Ikubi whined.
Looking for the appropriate music.
"I just want to be your friend." Sawako turned to the other direction and didn't say anything. "Aw, Suey." Ikubi moaned as she wrapped her arms around Sawako. "Sawako, I want to help. You see, you are alone, without me or Cerno, right?"
Well, this is the best I can do.
Oh. One moment.
Okay.
No, continue. I'll get the song going while you do that.
Alright. I guess. Sawako grumbled in a depression tone. Ikubi smiled. "I know you see it in my way." Ikubi kissed Sawako on the cheek, but Sawako turned away. I, I, please, Persona. I'm sorry. Ikubi turned Sawako around. Soon you have feelings for me too. Ikubi forced her mouth to Sakuro's and Sakuro's mouth to Sakuro's, and Sakuro tries to push Ikubi away to no end to Ibio. Ikubi continued to kiss.
I got
fail, you meant.
Until she noticed someone out of the corner of her eye. Dr. Aaron! Ikubi shouted. Dr. Aaron was watching the two go at it. You bitch! Ikubi screamed at Dr. Aaron as she ran off. Then Sakamoto slapped Ikubi. Please, don't ever do that to me without my concern again. Is something wrong? Yukari asked him. May I recommend take it easy?
No! That is a bad idea.
It is. The two girls left each other alone in the rest of the night. And it seems quite a few of you like my previous old fan fictions that I wrote while drunk. Judging for your reviews, I am, of course, very happy that you like it and cheer you up. But this begs the question: do I write better when I'm drunk?
Velociraptor.png. Anyway.
I had to stop playing that music because I could actually feel my lower regions shooting backwards into my body.
Have you ever played that game where it's from?
Well, I think, you could set it to, like, the sexiest 100 in the world, and that thing will instantly... It's like... It's, it's like, you know how slugs react to salt?
Yeah.
Shrivel up.
And die.
No need for further explanation.
Well, that's like the audio equivalent to I'll stop talking. Diamondback.
Yes.
This is like the quintessential anti-voter song.
Yeah, that's the name for it. The quintessential anti-boner song.
Works better than a hymn.
Oh my god. So, that morning was rather awkward one. Suako, Ibuki, and Dr. Aaron didn't talk for a while during breakfast. Dr. Aaron said, breaking the ice, we've got the sand, but we need the next ingredient too. Another one? Ibuki snapped impatiently. How many of these fucking regions do we fucking need? 2 more, but they're going to be difficult to get, especially
Wrong
this next
there.
one.
Wrong there. Supposed to be T-H-E-Y apostrophe already.
Huh? Oh, right. Hey.
I heard
Dr.
bottle
Aaron-
blowing.
Dr. Aaron responded hastily. Oh yeah. Suako decided she watched Ibuki stand up. Seriously, why the fucking hell did you walk in on us last fucking night? I was checking on you, Dr. Aaron snapped back. I heard you making a lot of noise, that's all. Ibuki pounded her fist on the table. You were totally perving at us. Don't try to fucking hide it. Suako got up and screamed, enough already. Ibuki and Dr. Aaron stopped. It's not like we did anything, no, together. It was just a damn kiss. Suako got back in her seat and put her palm to her face. Face palm. Sorry, I shouldn't have made that burst. No,
Yes,
it's okay. Ibuki said, calming down. Yeah, I was being too loud still.
Awkward table conversation. Okay, Dr. Irene cleared her throat. Buki, I apologize for what happened. You know, having stopped a rape from happening. But we've got to stick together if we want this to work. Suwako realized this. Dr. Airy seemed to be the only person who knew how to revive Chirno. So, creep or not, Dr. Airy was their last hope. Our next creation is one of the godly rice cakes, Dr. Airy stated. What's so hard about getting a fucking rice cake? I didn't say that enough. What's so hard about getting a fucking rice cake? Ibuki snarled. Dr. Airy frowned. I've been hitting the bottle too hard. This type of rice cake is only made on the moon. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Anyway, how are we gonna get to moon?
I accidentally the moon. Should I be afraid?
Yes, you just fucked up the tide. Yes, because when you accidentally the moon, you accidentally the tides. You put the Suwako last. I think we may have to visit a friend of mine in the bamboo woods. As the girls set out to leave the oh, sorry. Spastic, your turn.
Okay. As the girls set out to leave the desert shrine, Reimu approached them. I have something I would like to ask of you three before you leave. Suwako turned around and looked at Reimu. Yes? I'd like to travel along with you for no discernible reason, Reimu said. Are you sure? What about the shrine? Suwako asked with concern. Oh, don't worry about the Yukuris, Reimu assured. They may not seem like the most dedicated people in existence, but they built and inhabited the shrine centuries ago, so they can be pretty determined when they need to be.
Oh, my head! My brain! How do Yukuris build a shrine? They don't have hands. Wait, it's a house not made with hands. Oh, fuck. Fuck! The more I think about it, the more it's fucking with me.
Go to your happy place. Tay is in a lawn chair, covered in towels with limes on her eyes, listening to Michael Bolton.
I'm gonna go to my happy place. I'm gonna go...
With Reimu.
No, crap. What was my happy place again?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's, the Order of Order Headquarters.
Alright.
The Division of Anthropology, but not anthropology in the traditional sense. Anyway.
Suddenly, a robotic voice from behind calls, Miss Reimu, why are you leaving us? It was the Cherno Yukari. Little one, Reimu said as she bent down and patted the teary-eyed Yukari on the head. I was told last night that I have a daughter who is in trouble. I left her before she was born, so this was the least I could do.
I can't imagine Reimu being the man in a Mario Gray pairing.
But Miss Reimu, the young Yukari cried, don't you, need to fix that, want to take it easy with us? With me? Little one, I promise I will take it easy with all after I help my child. Yuiko felt a warmth inside of her when she saw Reimu hugging the small sterno head. Reimu obviously meant a lot to the poor Yukari.
Yukari. Yukari's a gap yokai. A Yukari is a disembodied head.
Oh my god.
And there are Yukari Yukaris.
I'm sorry. Reimu, you should stay with her. I think it would be better. Silco, said with certain. No, this is my own concern. This is my own chance to make up for offending my daughter. Reimu respond. Besides, she can't just come along with us. The cute little Yukari brightened up, then hopped and down accidentally. Yay! Exactly. Yay! I got to go with Miss Reimu. To get to go with Miss Reimu. Now hold on, Dr. Aaron. Stay with concern. She's too young. It is too dangerous for a little Yukari to like her. Don't worry, Who assured. I'll make sure no one hurts her. After patching up the stuff, Pace patching easy stuff, they all set up for the bamboo corpus. I just neither of them in that swoon. She still goes nervously to herself.
Gee, digging your own grave there, right, Suwako? Who's reading the author's note?
Diamondback.
Ah.
And you get the next paragraph.
Okay. A author's note. Well, this does it for what I've already written, so updates are going to be more spaced out from here on out. Thank you for your patience and reviews.
Yay. So how was that chapter?
Very confusing.
Very
Yeah,
exposition
confused.
filled.
Very confusing.
Alright.
It's
Anyway.
basically we're gonna go to the moon and a Yukari's coming with us.
How do you moon?
I think we're getting to that. What's going on here?
All I know is that this chapter is a reference to a song.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars, and let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars.
Alrighty, rock the hell out if you didn't first hear it from Bayonetta. Woo.
Woo.
Ooh.
Rock the hell out if you didn't first hear it on Neon Genesis Evangelion. Woo.
Woo.
Rock the hell out if you didn't first hear it from Frank Sinatra.
It first came from Frank
I
Sinatra.
know. Moving on, more Tay torture.
We're all used to that, right?
Yeah.
More towels, Tay. Limes, Michael Bolton. Steve-O, I think you're up next.
Oh, alright.
Unless Colonel wants to read the next one, because he only got like a line in.
I think I'll just read the next one.
Yeah.
Just
Okay. This... Wait.
Mistress...
Oh, alright. You go.
Mistress Remilia, I bring you an important message. A monster very fluent with a report paper. Let me see. Remilia shouted as she impatiently grabbed the paper. A wicked smile crossed Remilia's face. Sis, you need to see this. It is very good news. Flander woke up. What? She asked in a depressed and annoying tone. Remilia grinned. As it turns out, you may not even need Dr. Aaron Yagokoro's research. The froggy had grown a traitor are helping her make a resurrection potion for us.
Even though that's part of Dr. Harry's research?
Contra positive.
This is why it's important to look for plot inconsistencies before you publish something.
Okay, continue.
Luckily it's fiction. Flander brightened up and squeaked with joy. I can bring my little blue fairy back and beat her a lot afterwards. Remilia's tone turned from a happy one to a more serious one. Sis, you know what happened you know that our employer wants that potion, and we will give it to her. Flander frowned, but Remilia said, can't you just find some other bitch to whip? Flander began to cry. No! Cyrano was special. Remilia raised an eyebrow. How so? Most people scream and cry when you whip them. Excluding Tenchi.
Then K, apparently.
She just is, Flander screamed in sorrow and rage. Then she ran off to her room crying. Remilia sighed.
Meanwhile, in the village, there were people there this time, except they had rabbit ears and rabbit tails. These are the Anabas, Dr. Avery explained. People who are part rabbit, part human. They are the descendants of the lunar Inabas who came from the moon. Hence why they're called lunar.
Who'da thunk?
So we just got to find out how they got here. Listen, eh? Ibuki asked. Exactly. Dr. Aaron replied, I think my Inaba friend might know how. Suwako was curious. What? Suwako was curious. She heard stories of people living on the moon from her mom, but she never actually thought that they might be true. How could a rabbit person get from the moon and back anyway? I know. If you be my baby. No one gets that?
Ew. That's the sound of it going over my head.
Okay, fine. I'll look for it after the paragraph. Let's see. They all stopped at what appeared to be a Japanese shrine in the middle of the town. Right in the middle of the town, a fine tin roof with real wooden floors below. Anyway, enough breaking into song.
Okay, now I got that one.
But it wasn't a shrine. It was a house. The house was an The house was an Inaba girl with long purple hair who wore what looked like a dress shirt and a tie along with a skirt.
Racing!
Who in the house apparently. I'm gonna look for here it is. Here is the song that I referenced.
Yeah, I'll look at that later.
Same,
Alright.
but yeah, a Ustream, they have a zero tolerance policy for
Copyrighted material, I understand.
yeah.
Oh, I'll play in the background anyway. They won't hear it. Go.
Okay. She was talking to a younger Inaba, probably Cherno's age, who was wrapped in a blanket and had knife-like scars and scabs all over her body. Hello, Raisin.
Sin.
Race. I happen to have a soft S. For a guy who's like a Japanese grammar Nazi.
Racin, not Racen.
Oh, okay.
Wait, how did you pronounce it?
Raisin with an N, but I have a slide. Like, for a guy who's a Japanese grammar Nazi, I'm kind of lax about pronouncing things. Unless I actually have to be 100% accurate. Okay. Dr. Aileen shouted cheerfully. Hello, Doctor. Raising, the one with the tie and the purple hair that I just described in the last fucking paragraph, responded back. Who's that? The younger girl asked, pointing to Dr. Aileen. Who's speaking? That's just my friend, Dr. Aileen, so don't worry, Tay, Raisin said softly as Suwako walked into the room. She noticed that Tay had brutal knife-like scars all over her body.
Knife-like. Take a drink whenever Talos usually uses the term knife-like scars.
Okay. Got the Magnum and Jack, let's do this. And a reminder of the wound she found on Cherno's body. Is she okay? Yeah. Suwako asked Raisin. She'll be fine, Raisin assured her. She's my, who's speaking? Damn it.
Raisin.
Okay. She's my friend, Tay. She got captured by the Scarlet Clan, but nobody can hold her for long. Damn, let's see. Oh, yeah. Damn straight, Tay shouted boastfully. Just say the look on that Flander bitch's face and to think she was already pissed off about some other prisoner dying, escaping, or something.
Official voice actor for Tay, ladies and gentlemen. Oh,
Toby's.
wait.
Oh, so, hello?
Yes.
Oh, okay, thought about the last statement, Flandred. She must really hate me for what I did, Sawako thought to herself. Well, why don't we introduce the others? Dr. Aaron suggested. You just met Sawako and her Ikubi, Rimu, and Yukari Cerno. Yo, Ikibi mumbled unenthusiastically. Hello, Rimu. Browed. Hi, Yukari Sorno. Chirped. Cool, Resin replied. I am Iniba Resin, and this is my friend Iniba Tui. Yo, Tui shouted with enthusiasm. Enthusiasm. Says Doc, is okay, so I guess friends of the doctor are okay too. They decide to eat dinner and go to sleep and discuss matter in the morning.
Where's the food porn? They're skipping the food porn.
Food porn. Oh my god, food porn.
You know, eating dragonflies and Lucky Charms and shit.
And a pancake and a corn pop and a Cocoa Puffs.
Try and eat stuff.
I accidentally breakfast.
Anyway, oh crap. Oh, yeah, Colonel, you're next.
I know, right?
Oh wait, before you go next, let me change it to the next image real quick. And
Bryson is a house.
actually, it has to do with the chapter title.
Oh.
Okay, there we go. Ustream chat peeps, what you think of them apples?
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Yes. What's with Rainbow's getup?
She's from Mad Max World.
You wanted to see I am a pirate.
Great.
We love these moons because it's good to us, Holmes.
You know the Sponge Monkey song? We love the moon, down, 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 'cause it is good to us. We love the moon. What?
So Flanders should be singing that. Because of that voice.
It's a real thing, but whose turn is it?
Mine.
All right, Diamond back.
Grr. That night, Suako was fast asleep when Ibuki snuck into the room without a peep. Ibuki moved her head across Suako's face as gently as a mother
Not OTG again.
as a mother caresses her child. Suako just barely woke up and was quite groggy. What do you want? Suako asked grumpily. Ibuki sighed to look directly into Suako's eyes. I wanted to say that I'm sorry about the night before. I should not have advanced on you like that. Suako grinned just a bit. It's okay. I shouldn't have snapped at you like that. I should have been more gentle.
I think we need to cue some sexy music now.
Well,
Actually, let me get some sexy. Let me get the sexy music maker going.
let's get
There's
the
a
song.
sexy music maker? Link, please.
No,
Wait.
it's
It's a what?
it's a bass guitar actually.
Let's
Oh,
get the
alright.
song opposite of the anti-boner song.
Alright. Ibuki moved her hand to Sawako's face. Very low. It was me. I should have respected you for who you really look. Yuju's chest the preteen Oni's face as she quivered and shook. This part she did not have to fake at all. Whoa, they're preteens.
Ibuki, the phone now.
Sawako hugged really tight.
I wish I could pay you back for helping me get Cheerno back. Which act is possible?
Miss Suika groped around Sawako's back, and her equally strong hug as her eyes continued to cascade liquid. Sawako pet Ibuki's back as she moved closer to Sawako's face. Before Sawako could even turn away or say anything, they began to kiss once again.
Oh crap! I can't read and play bass at the same time.
Don't worry, I'm a bass. No, wait, I can play, I can sing bass, because I'm a bass.
Let's see. Opening thing. Crap, I don't even know what paragraph we're on.
Suwako noticed.
Sawako noticed something odd as they kissed. Ibuki seemed more nervous and unsure, and she felt a small object bump against her right leg. It couldn't be one of Ibuki's legs. This was much smaller than either one. Maybe it was Sawako's.
Exclamation point.
Yes, it was an exclamation point.
It was Suika's exclamation point.
To keep my punctuation marks in my pants. Sawako slowly moved her right hand to Ibuki's bloomers, then swiftly yanked them down. Ibuki screeched and jumped back, yanking her skirt over the exposed area, then ran off. Her face was scorching red, and she seemed eager to get out.
Anyway. Beast?
Oh, sorry, my fault. Ouch. I'm like talking to my monitor for something. Where were you guys? Where were we?
We're at the
Suwako was very confused.
with the audience.
But where? Oh, bro, we was confused. Okay, that
So-
was very confused. I couldn't possibly be a, after all.
Exclamation point!
Exclamation. Okay. I'm sorry. After all, one of our teachers,
Renosuke.
Ryosuke, has assured the whole class that they didn't exist in Gizokyo. That's the law of biology, where it's significantly different than that. Because Rizuki...
Renosuke.
Rizuke. Okay. Has been-
Renosuke.
Renosuke. Okay. Has been wrong. Sawako lay back in her bed, deciding that she shouldn't be bothering herself over it.
Yes, it's implying what you think they're implying.
Ah. Ibuki Suika, on the other hand, was in a different state of mind. Tears pounded down her cheek as she slowly pulled her fingers back up. Assuring herself that everything would be okay. She knew they wouldn't be. After all, her teacher, Renosuke, told her that they didn't exist. And yet she somehow wound up into this situation. She was about half a second from revealing her darkest secret to Sawako. And what then? She would treat Ibuki like a worthless freak, of course, just like the rest of the kindergarten class when they found out! Exclamation point. Her own drunken single mother.
Just like...
That must be Hyugi.
Yup.
The only reason why Suwako stood up for her, was because she was too innocent and naive to understand what Ibuki Suika was. Ibuki shook her head, wondering how long she could hide her secret, even if she did manage to get Suwako to love her.
No wonder Sawako's so flat. Anyway, here is the sub-chapter about Suika. Are y'all ready?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Guys, I have this one more question. One more thing. I had to go because I have to wrap this up. All right.
Okay.
Later then.
All right, later then. Start from my reading, by the way.
That's cool. Everybody's got to start somewhere.
All right. See ya.
See ya. I'm going to change the graphic real quick, so you guys continue without me real quick.
It could be more appropriate for the situation.
Yes, definitely.
Let's see, how much have I been drinking? A drink and a half, I think. Don't worry, I have less than a bottle, so I can't get too shit-faced tonight.
All I know is this. Exclamation points.
Exclamation point. That's a better euphemism than beef popsicle.
Alright, let's see. Continue. I've almost got the graphic ready.
Oh crap! No,
Wait,
no,
what?
no.
Want me to continue?
Yes.
Alright, I'm continuing right now. In 3, 2, 1. The poor little Oni recalled memories she hoped to never remember. She would very clearly see the disappointment on Hoshiguma's face when she caught her one day, dead in the act the mommy never hopes to see their daughter doing. Worst of all, it wasn't even the fact that she was doing it that upset Ibuki's mom so much. It was what she was doing it with. Alright.
Colonel, you're next. Since I'm working on this.
Right.
Actually, no wait, there we go. Graphics ready. Let's see, where were we?
Second paragraph.
Okay.
Same
I'm still waiting.
Ibuki was absolutely convinced that what. It's blunt and to the point.
But it's spoken subtext. Oh, well. Go on.
Okay. Ibuki was absolutely convinced that was what caused his let's see. Hoshigama Yugi, her mom, to drink so heavily. She knew that she was Yugi's real daughter, but never knew both of her parents, only Hoshigama Yugi. She figured her mom was disappointed that she could have possibly been responsible for the conception of a malformed freak of nature, and she drank her heart out to forget.
Wait, where'd the Y chromosome come from?
Anyway, that's why she... I can't think of a voice.
Drunk language.
That's why she must hate me and hit me all the time. Oh, Ibuki. That's why she must hate me and hit me all the time, Ibuki thought to herself. I just remind her of what she wants to forget.
Anyway, your turn.
Me again? Jeez. It only got worse. It was true that Suako wasn't Ibuki's first love interest, because she used to have a massive girl crush on a girl named Nue Hoju. Her short, black hair was so pretty, and perfectly complemented to her beautiful red eyes. Her short black dress did look rather lavishing, especially with the red and blue spiked wings protruding from her back. To think that she actually personally knew such a pretty girl.
Hey, should I pick up now?
Yeah,
Yes.
2 at a
The way
time.
it was probably what many people would consider tsundere. I'm going to get Maximilian job
Yes.
now.
Hello, this is
Probably
Maximilian.
What many people would consider tsundere, which is to say that whenever Ibuki wanted to hang out with her, she would refuse, often rather harshly. However, Nue eventually saw... Sorry, not David Bowie enough. Nue was probably what many people would consider tsundere, which is to say that whenever Ibuki wanted to hang out with her, she would refuse, often rather harshly. However, Nue eventually softened up to Ibuki, and would say hello and good day, while still refusing to be with her. Rejection for Ibuki was like candy for a baby. It made her want Nue even more. She became determined to win her over. It would be the ultimate challenge. If the Oni could have her, then she could have anything. Her mother could see her as being worthwhile after all, and could stop drinking, and for once say, Ibuki, I could not be more proud in my entire life to be your mom, and insert other parent's name here, would be just as proud as I am. Then, of course, she had to fuck everything up!
She remembered very clearly to her horror. It was in Yukari's class, some time before she met Sawako, when Nue was still on her mind, and lo and behold, Nue was sitting right in front of her. Apparently... Oh, my throat. Okay. Apparently, Nue had decided to wear a short dress again, and decided it would be a good idea to lean forward. Ibuki could see Nue's rear end in plain sight, her panties bundled and tied into a sort of a T-shaped line so they didn't hide anything at all. Italics.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
There's stupid, sexy Niue. Ibuki could study each right there, both perfectly round and clean, completely smooth with no bumps, even a tiny freckle on the right one. As Ibuki watched, she became aroused, and soon enough she felt developing a craving of sorts. A craving that would be her undoing.
This summer. This summer.
My turn.
Yeah. Just go.
Ibuki has a penis in 3D.
Ibuki had worn a simple skirt with some normal underwear underneath. Nothing that could hide what was about to happen. XYZ. Ibuki noticed it before anyone else, and desperately tried to hide it. It was no use. The way she hid it, it was even more distracting than the thing herself. People from all around the room began to notice Ibuki was having a hard time, and obviously seemed desperate about something. Finally, one of the other students spoke up. Miss Yukari, I think Ibuki needs to go to the bathroom, or something.
Yukari studied Ibuki with a confused look, which then turned to one of devilish amusement, then grim regret. She knew exactly what was going on, and it seemed she was trying to decide whether she wanted to screw the poor Oni over or not. Please, just try to hold it in until they get the flashbacks, Yurika, she responded. That's my Yukari voice.
That's too old.
Ibuki could not, so she was so mesmerized by Kuei's rear that she continued to stare. And then she, albeit unwittingly, began to do the very thing that caused her mother so much distress.
Bap, 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 bap.
Precisely!
Sadly, the sound and sight of it could not be hidden, and everyone in class simply stood shocked and horrified at what they saw. I thought Renosuke said they didn't exist, Ibuki heard, as an animal heard, one of the other students whisper. Out of all the people there, Niue was probably the most distraught. Hey, Ibuki, she cried in shock. I'm sorry, Ibuki managed to stutter out, but it was too late. Niue ran off crying as the whole class laughed at the Oni's expense. Ibuki Suika wore bloomers instead of panties ever since. Should I continue?
Go ahead, it's not very much.
From that day forward, nobody ever let it drop. They would call Ibuki bad names and use pencils to mimic the incident with a mocking fervor. Oh, how Ibuki would hate it when they did that. The worst part was that nobody wanted to be her friend after that. Niue had supposedly transferred to another school for emotional reasons, eliminating any chance of that relationship working out, but everyone else was such a jerk that she couldn't stand it.
Alright.
Now you have.
Perhaps Suwako was the only one to show compassion for her ever since the incident. When Sumbui threw dirt at Ibuki, Suwako told them off and helped clean Ibuki off. She didn't know about the incident, and Ibuki didn't believe anyone told her, or maybe she didn't believe them. Whatever the case was, Ibuki was grateful for her new friend, so grateful that she began to view Suwako as a as a replacement for Niue altogether. I won't fuck things up this time, Ibuki would think to herself. Things got fucked up anyway.
Alright, I think I'm gonna read the rest of this.
Alrighty.
It was all because of that vile, crude Shirno, her cute babyish face, her childish tone of voice, her beautiful hair and wings? How could Suwako not fall for this? God damn it! Ibuki thought to herself. That underage whore stole me lover and friend! It was true. They grew distant as Suwako and Shirno grew closer. It was as if Ibuki was dethroned from her status as Suwako's queen, and became the reviled household tramp and secret mistress, shadowed by that brat. Eventually, Sawako just seemed to forget about her entirely, which made her grow bitter and more hateful each passing day. Of course she was pissed at Chirno, but she was mad at Chirno as well. Oh, sorry, mad at Sawako as well. How dare she forget about their relationship? How dare she cast Ibuki aside for some skate 3 years younger? Yet at the same time, she felt the same love that she felt when Sawako first stood up for her. She held back then, taking her rage out on Sawako, just because she wanted to mend their relationship. And now she has the chance. If she doesn't fuck things up again... Author's note. This story took a while. My time is all tied up with finals approaching. So, how was that chapter?
Very disturbing.
Indeed. And I suggest, in case you didn't catch it the first time, go back and watch Night 7 of A Very Walpus Hanukkah. You'll now get one scene.
More towels, Tay.
Really?
Sitting by the dock of the bay, watching the time. That's the Michael Bolton version. Rolled away.
There's a Michael Bolton version of it?
Yeah. That a lot of people are pissed off about it.
Anyway, it's just read.
Okay. The following morning, everyone gathered around Arian and Racing as they prepared to get something that could help them travel to the moon. Racing pulled out what looked like a small remote control in her left pocket.
We've been told not to use this unless we absolutely need to, Racing explained to Sawako, but I can make an exception for a friend of a friend of my friend. Racing pressed the bright red button on the remote, but nothing happened.
Derp.
Oh, I guess I'll keep reading. What's that supposed to do? A rather impatient Ibuki Suika snapped impatiently.
Just wait,
Raisin calmly replied.
Alright,
Oh,
now you have to
Right, I got that one. After a few minutes, the ground began to shake as what appeared to be a cave emerged from the ground, which then produced a large, silver-colored vehicle that resembled a space shuttle. The vehicle was at least 20 stories tall and looked like it came from a different world, as it emitted an eerie glow, as if it were calling to Raisin. Raisin smiled as she turned to Sawako. This is the vehicle our ancestors from the moon used to get to planet Gensokyo.
Planet Gensokyo!
Sawako looked a tad bit confused. Why did your ancestors leave the moon in the first place? Raisin sighed. With a look of pain and fear on her face, they say that the moon was overwhelmed with horrible monsters that overwhelmed the Inaba civilization, and to think, we're headed straight for them, Ibuki laughed. They don't sound too terribly tough. I bet we can take them on. I wouldn't be too sure, Aaron warned a little Oni. Keep in mind, these monsters topple a technologically advanced civilization with plenty of soldiers to spare. We should be cautious in our approach.
Dun dun dun. Sawako, Ibuki, Eri, and their friends all piled into the spaceship, worried about the moon mutants, but excited to see the stars beyond the atmosphere of their world. Sawako sat uneasy in her seat as Raisin made her way to the cockpit of the vessel. Do you even know how to fly this thing? I do, Tay chirped in. Let me fly. Raisin graved Tay an inquisitive look. Tay? You and I both know that nobody has flown this thing in years. Tay gave one of her cheeky mischievous smiles. I did. Sawako cut in.
You flew this ship before, Tay? Well, how?
Tay smirked once more. I flew it when nobody was looking. Tay waddled her way to the control panel and pushed Raisin aside. I bet you don't even know how to start this, big sis. Raisin grumbled as she knew that Tay was right.
Suddenly, Tay is Chuck Yeager.
Who?
Chuck Yeager, the fighter pilot guy.
Okay. I hope all of you have your seatbelt strapped in, because it's time to go to the moon. Jake chirped over the intercom.
Ibuki! Suwako warned in a concerned tone. I think you should put your seatbelt on! Ibuki laughed. I can handle it, don't worry. Suwako bent towards Ibuki and fastened her seatbelt. I mean it. I don't want you to die because you want to wear your seatbelt. Ibuki pouted. You actually care? Suwako nodded. Ibuki, you show me a side of you that I don't remember seeing at all. Something very kind and compassionate. Suwako put her hand on... Suwako put her hand on Ibuki's shoulder as she moved closer. All that rage and hate, it's just surface. Deep down inside, you know that you only care about me. But you care about Cherno too. I care about Cherno? What a fucking joke, Ibuki thought to herself, but then a new thought crossed the little Oni's mind. She thought about the previous night when Suwako almost found out about her secret. Well, would Suwako treat me this way if she knew? Ibuki nervously thought to herself.
Okay, let's see. Ibuki turned abruptly to Suwako. Sui, would you like me if I had? Ibuki couldn't finish her sentence before she began to break down in tears.
You break. Instead of smash break.
No, you wouldn't. No, you fucking wouldn't. Ibuki began to reach for her sake bottle when Suwako interrupted her. Ibuki, I know you're hiding something from me. To be honest, I couldn't care what it is. If it is about something you've done in the past, then it no longer matters, as long as you clearly had a change of heart ever since. If it is something happening to you right now in your life, it clearly has no effect on your personality or your will to help others. Yeah.
Please continue that next line and I'll get the rest.
Gotcha. Ibuki merely stared as she gently put her sake bottle down. Maybe she will like me anyway. I guess I'll find out soon enough.
As Tay turned the ignition on, the Chernokuri hopped up and down impatiently in Reimu's arms. I wanna see the stars easy, mommy. I wanna see them. Reimu hugged the Yukari close to herself as she giggled to herself. Irene glanced over at Reimu as the ship slowly began to lift off. You really have changed since we last met, have you, Reimu? Alas, the noise of the ship rocketing off into space was too loud for Reimu to hear the question, and thus Irene was left to merely sit with her thoughts. Author's note. Yeah, it's been a long time since the last update, but I'm making progress on it. I hope you like reading these as much as I like writing them, because I'm really getting into storytelling. Alice says that she might even let me read a story for her nieces when they come over to visit. Don't worry, it will be a more G-rated story than what I have been writing. See you all soon. Alice Angel, fanfiction writing Yukari. Sorry, Yoko Curry.
No.
Curry.
Yeah.
Yukul Curry. And now we're about to approach Deadfic territory. The last chapters are cliffhangers, aren't they?
Let me double check. I think so.
Knew it!
I don't know, but let me have some second opinions when we get there, alright?
Okay.
And Chernokuri is on a rope. Why? I don't know.
No more room in the rocket.
I see.
Or-
Anyway, continue.
The girls looked out of the plexiglass windows of the vessel in awe. There, beyond the safety of their ship, was the night sky, with more stars in it than any of them had ever seen before. It was like looking into an endless abyss of fireflies extending as far as one's eyes could possibly see. Behind them was the world of Gensokyo, which looked very different, but very, very beautiful from orbit.
What are those swirlies, Mommy?
Cherno Curie asked Reimu in her cheeky, curious tone.
Those are cold fronts.
Reimu explained, and continued to explain to the small, cute Curie.
How exactly do you know this?
Arian inquired, rather curious herself, along with the rest of the readers.
Kane told me about the thing or two about them, Reimu replied. It's amazing what someone my age can learn, even from a kindergarten teacher. But the last time you were anywhere near Kane was nearly 8 years ago, Arian pointed out, before you went to battle the Scarlet Clan's forces in the desert.
Reimu sighed. What is right? Reimu sighed. It surely has been a long time.
Talus Angel, if you're hearing this, you need to write that. The epic battle between Reimu and the Scarlet Clan in the desert.
Steve-O, don't you know that awesome battles like that are only reserved for backstory?
Damn it. Fine.
What's the use of telling an epic tale when you can just shorthand it into character speech?
Huh. Wait. Speaking of epic battles, Spastic, how is your part in the story going?
You mean, Diamond in the Rough?
Yes.
First battle scene's done. Second one, I just wrapped up the first 2 shots. And there was a first-person shot of a Danmaku battle. From Marius' perspective.
Okay.
Continue.
Yeah.
I'll link you the first battle scene once we're done with this.
Alright. As the cockpit, Teddy was using the control rod to guide the ship on its path to the moon. Really, I've never flown from this ship to... I've never actually flown this ship too terribly close to the moon, Terry admitted. But I think I know how to get there. As the space...
Anyway, go on.
As the space vessel quickly approached the moon, a small city-like object could have been seen on the surface. That must be where our ancestors came from, Raisin shook excitedly.
Then, the excitement became quickly replaced with dread. The damage upon the city of Enga could be seen. I don't think anyone gets that. City of Enga.
Meow.
Obscure reference, yay. The once tall, proud, ebony skyscraper-like buildings either collapsed to a rusty pile of junk. The great domes of the city riddled with holes where powerful explosives had detonated. The city looks as though it were 1,000 years more advanced than the rest of Gensokyo, but it looked as though it had been... Wait, the rest of Gensokyo? I thought it was the moon, not Gensokyo.
Or Toho Land.
Well, technically, if you want to get into Toho canon, the Lunarians came like a bazillion years before Gensokyo was officially established, and they created magical technology that was supposed to far surpass the yokai, and the yokai were like, hey, let's get in on this, but then they were like, hey, screw you, so Yukari did her whole war, but she failed and went back, and the lunar civilization advanced, while Gensokyo stayed the same for a long time.
Okay. But it looked as though it had abandoned for just as long. As they got closer, the girls could see large figures clad in bulky blue armor, carrying what appeared to be large submachine guns, with one arm that looked like a large, timorous werewolf claw. Each one of these figures had long, thick horns on their faceless helmets, like some sort of unholy archdevil.
Those are the things that wiped out the lunar civilization?
Suwako whispered quietly. I guess so, Tay whispered back. They certainly don't look like they want to help us at any rate.
The vessel approached what appeared to be some kind of docking bay, a large, open metallic room where vessels such as Tay could park and unload their passengers. The vessel slowly inserted itself into the port and made a satisfying click as it latched into place, ready to open the door leading to the spaceport. Sadly, this attracted the attention of several of the monsters as they readied their submachine guns and began to approach the door. What are we gonna do now? Suwako asked, panicking. Sadly, everyone else seemed to be panicking as well. All except for Reimu, who was trying to calm Chinokuri down. I don't want them to eat me, Mama, Chinokuri cried, shivering in Reimu's lap like a puppy who got too cold. It'll be okay, my child, Reimu gently mumbled while petting the Yukari. I will talk to them. Reimu got up out of her seat and walked over to the door, just as the strange creatures did. Ibuki Suika shivered as she backed up to the wall, grabbing and hugging Suwako close to herself. She's a dead woman, Ibuki thought to herself.
Please, strangers, Reimu calmly hummed around the armored creatures. We only seek to obtain some rice cakes for my daughter. She is sick and needs them. The creatures looked at each other, then back at Reimu. One of them said something in a low, disturbing tone, sounding like a mystery routine. A rumbling empty stomach and a crackling fire. Everyone stopped in confusion, and Reimu grunted. I'm sorry, sir or madam, but I do not understand what you said. The creature then punched Reimu in the face, knocking her down before more of the creature's dog piled on top of her. Yikes.
Suwako, wow, that's very unexpected. This ain't Gensokyo, so spell card rules don't apply. Suwako couldn't react before one of the creatures grabbed her and slammed her against the wall several hundred times, causing her to go out cold. The last thing she saw was Suika grabbing the creature by the arm and screaming something angrily at it. Strangely enough, the creature put Suwako down before she passed out into unconsciousness. Author's note. I read to Alice's nieces over the weekend, and it was great. They all loved the story that I read them, and one of them said that she wants to write fan fiction now.
If I can facepalm any harder, my hand would go through my head.
She's the sweetest girl anyone could possibly ask to be the aunt of, and she said she wants to be just like me when she grows up. Oh.
I pity the poor girl.
Maybe I'll tell the story I read them when I'm done with Chance of Eternity.
Also, I think I might have found something to get rid of the echo on your end. Try singing now.
No echoes.
Okay, that's quite enough. Yeah, I just muted my microphone so you guys wouldn't hear it on your end.
But yeah, there's no more echoes.
Well, it's going to return briefly if in some parts, but...
Alright. You can...
Next button.
We're approaching the end, folks.
This is the last chapter so far.
We can make up an ending after it's over.
It hasn't updated in a year, sadly enough.
When Sawako woke up, she was in a very cold, dark place. So dark that she could barely see anything at all. What she did see was a row of rusty metal bars in front of her, to her sides, and behind her. "Hello!" Sawako cried frantically. "Ibuki, Reimu, Harrington!" There was no answer to her calls.
Suwako slumped inside. So, I'm trapped here, undoubtedly with those armored things. The froggy-headed girl ripped the iron bars and gazed into the cold, oppressive darkness that surrounded her space. Tears began to drip from her face as she thought about her friends Ibuki, Eren, Reimu, and even Raisin and Tay. Then she thought about the poor Tsunokuru. The girl likely didn't have much of a chance against such overwhelming behemoths who had her for lunch or something. A terrifying new thought crossed Suwako's mind. What if they really did eat Tsunokuri? And what if they ate Ibuki and Eren and Reimu? And they would be just like you.
Wow, this is actually getting pretty serious.
It is. It's almost scary.
Suwako blinked and paused at that last thought. What? She asked her own mind. Oh, don't play stupid... Sorry, what? She said, oh, don't play stupid with me. Suwako thought to herself. You remember good and well how you ate Cherno. Suwako began to tear up once again.
I didn't want it. I just wanted to taste it.
Suwako's mind rejected this excuse. People taste things that they want to eat, dumbass. Suwako shook her head.
But she's my friend.
Bah! She was your little snack, meant to be eaten up and tossed aside like a soiled rag. Suwako clasped her hands on her head.
I love Cherno. If I controlled myself, I would have never hurt her.
You did hurt us, stupid.
No, no.
Suwako shouted out loud as she began to break down into tears. Go ahead and cry like a little baby. You don't deserve happiness. Suwako's internal conflict was only interrupted by the sound of a small scuffling noise coming from the darkness. Darkness comes. Soon enough, Chinokuri's unmistakable, smooth, shiny blue hair. Notice how she consistently misspells smooth that way. And beautiful sapphire-colored eyes appeared before Suwako.
For a moment, this looked like it was about to go into David Cronenberg or Toni Morrison territory.
Two.
And then the Yukari showed up.
David Morrison?
No, David Cronenberg.
David Cronenberg?
The Fly, Altered States, Scanners.
Oh, alright. Sorry.
Oh, thank God you're...
Now we're gonna have some more Platonism.
Yes. Oh, thank God you're at least
this is
alive. Godception. Suwako wept as she rattled the cage bars in Chinokuri's direction. I can't take it easy when Mommy... Chinokuri. I can't take it easy when Mommy and Mommy's friend are trapped by big scary monsters. Chinokuri chirped fearlessly. How'd you escape those guys anyway? Suwako asked, very curious herself. Big monsters grabbed you and Mommy and all of your friends, Chinokuri explained. Okay. I was so scared, I ran away, but the monsters didn't see me at all. Chinokuri hopped into the cage and plugged one of her icicle wings in the lock, causing it to unhinge and fall to the cold concrete ground with a rusting BANG!
No, with more... Wait. I need a... Let's see. Yeah. More like a rusty... Ba 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 bang! Bang! Damashi!
Oh.
What?
You. No. Don't do that again. I just sort of found the pun in that.
You just got the pun?
Yes. And
Okay.
the sound of mechanical footsteps could be heard, clattering and scrambling from the shadows, as the creatures had undoubtedly heard the clattering of the metal. We must hurry to the others. Easy. The Chinokuri had urged. If they're still around, Suwako mumbled to herself, they must be in imminent danger. The two fled the scene before several of the armored creatures showed up and screamed in fury at the escape of their latest prisoner. Neither Suwako nor Chinokuri understand what the creatures are yelling, but they sound like the most pissed off monsters they had ever heard.
Why am I thinking about the elevator scene from Mario and Luigi?
I don't know.
I feel like it could be reenacted in the next chapter, if this gets the next chapter.
I don't think it is.
Okay. Suwaki, hide! Chinokuri cried frantically, hopping into a nearby rusty metal crate. Suwako immediately jumped in as well, knowing the danger such creatures likely posed to them. As the creatures rushed by, Suwako began to slowly open the corroded yellow lid of the dark, cold box they had hidden in. What are you doing? Chinokuri whispered harshly. Those monsters will eat you easy. Suwako grinned.
I get the feeling we'll find our friends if we follow them.
Suwaki, wait! Chinokuri tried to reason with Suwako, but she quickly darted behind the creatures like a stealthy hunter stalking her prey. And it cuts off there. Author's note. Sorry for not updating earlier. I was stressed and busy all week. I didn't even get to celebrate Valentine's Day with Alice. Crying face. Don't worry, we'll celebrate it over the weekend.
And that's where it ends, folks. Now, Steve-O, how do you think that story ends?
I think they find the rest of the ingredients. But in this situation, they, sneak behind the monsters, but then they get caught, and then Chinokuri uses her ice powers to raise hell to the monsters, because she's fucking Chinokuri. And they don't find any rice cakes in the base, but they find it lying around outside on the surface of the moon.
And then rage.
Yes, and then they all rage because why did he just land it anywhere on the moon that wasn't the city?
Yeah, why would you go to an abandoned area anyway?
Let's see, what's the fourth ingredient?
Love. It turns out Suwako had it in her all along.
No, the fourth ingredient is Oni semen.
I
They don't know
was
how to
about
get
to
it.
say that. I was about to say that too.
Also known as love, which Suwako had in her. Ustreamer 508545 says it's Mass Effect 3 all over again. Oh, and Talos Angel writes a sequel to this, but instead all the characters explode in a green light.
And then they get all the ingredients together, make the potion, and then realize that berries are immortal, and Chirno's just moseying around Gensokyo as she usually does out their whole adventure the whole time.
Where they bring back Chirno, but she turns out all wrong, like freaking Pet Cemetery.
I was thinking, not actually make it conform to canon. But okay.
Fun times. So I guess it's 11:41. I've been recording for 2 hours, 12 minutes. This has been Spastique.
And for the human?
Calling them Diamondback.
Good night, and eat pie.
And eat Lucky Charms. They're magically delicious.
And a Cocoa Puffs.
And pancakes and dragonflies. They're actually pretty tasty.
And go do Shrine Maiden stuff.
And make sure to buy a rectum ripper.
Oh,
I spat my drink.
I need more towels, limes, and Michael Bolton music. I'm ending on that. Good night.